Hello everyone and welcome back to Game Week 5 of the 23-24 PTC Therapeutics Championship. We join myself, Ryan Sipple, for this game between Nottingham Forest and West Bromwich Albion Dudley. Let's go through the squads very quickly and then I will bring you the action live here from the Lee Westwood Sports Centre. So Nottingham Forest have number 11, Gary Meakin, number 12, Aston Walls, number 13, Jack Bosanquet, number 15, Toby Maurice, number 18, Riley Priestley, number 23, Luke Millington, number 24, Finley Cooper. They have number 26, Ben Rogers, and number 28, Lucas Troy, Wilkinson Dunstan. Their challengers, West Bromwich Albion Dudley, comprised of the following. They have number 1, Amy Sherman, number 3, Amy Lee Julian, number 11, Jack Gorder, number 13, Laura Evans, number 17, Kian Collins, number 28, Noah Harvey, number 33, Jack Westmoreland. They're coached by Dave Lewis and Matt Gilbert. We are set to get underway here at the Lee Westwood Sports Centre. Gary Meakin immediately involved in Jack Gorder. Guides an effort goal bound. Almost an immediate start for West Bromwich Albion Dudley, who have improved across the season. So Nottingham Forest have Jack Bosanquet in goal. Luke Millington looks like he'll be operating in the centre. Gary Meakin on the left. As Jack Gorder fires a goal over the line between Millington and Bosanquet. Brilliant opening start by Gorder and Dudley. Forest 0, West Bromwich Albion Dudley 1. Just going through the teams, but Finley Cooper, the right-hand winger for Nottingham Forest, as they look to find an immediate reply to that Gorder goal. Dudley comprised of Laura Evans, Amy Lee Julian, Kian Collins and Jack Gorder. Lee Julian guides it goal bound, not before Paul Yates had blown his whistle for a 2-on-1 in favour of Nottingham Forest. With a potential 3 points here, Dudley would take that third position in the league due to a more favourable goal difference than that of Leeds Dynamos and Villa Rockets, both locked on 33 points, as are Dudley with a potential 3 points here. So a Premiership playoff position isn't out of question for Dudley, who have been in that position before, have fought for that Premiership status. Nottingham Forest only managed to have accrued 4 points across their 19 games played. but have most certainly improved across the season, and as the season has progressed, they'll be looking to just ensure their safety within the division. That will be dictated to by how many teams have across our regional leagues have expressed an interest to be a National League team, and any teams across our regional leagues that have stated an interest will be placed in a playoff style day. So, and that will be contested on the 13th of July, but they're both fighting for very different things in this division, but I have really enjoyed watching both. Kian Collins back to Amy Lee Julian. Effort blocked by Luke Millington, I believe playing only his second weekend in a Nottingham Forest shirt. Gave them real stability in game week 4, and that effort from Lee Julian wide of the left hand post. Another player who will almost certainly be in contention and consideration for the Championship Player of the Season. Amy Lee Julian has been absolutely brilliant across the 4 weekends played. She started game week 5 with that same vigour and quality. Jack Gorder, with that earlier finish, now goes on to 12 across the season. He's the closest to that pack of Greenbank players at the top. Can probably bring up the top goal scorer statistics, whilst Dudley look for their second. You can see Liam Ashton on 24, Luke Kelly on 19, Jacob Bookplatt on 18, all three scoring in that earlier 3-1 victory over Middlesbrough. Jack Gorder and Mason Hindley both on 12, so unlikely to catch the 3 above them, but really nice for them to be in double digits for the season. He's going to have another attempt here. Luke Millington a little bit better placed to clear it at that chance. 5 minutes played. Forest 0, West Bromwich Albion Dudley 1. Quickly taken, fantastic ball from Amy Lou Julian. 2 efforts from Jack Gorder over to Kian Collins, who fires into an open net. The space created by Jack Gorder on the right with his 2 efforts. Kian Collins had the easy job of just guiding that in that left-hand post. Forest 0, Dudley 2. Lee Julian down to Kian Collins. Laura Evans has to be aware of Finley Cooper there. Doesn't want to be drawn out to leave the gap in behind. Amy Lee Julian did well to fill that void. Down to Luke Millington. Gorder ricochets between himself and Millington. Between the chairs of Meakin and Lee Julian. Out of play. Live on Court A, Teesside Steel currently take on Manchester City. That can also be found on the WFA's YouTube. But thank you to all that are joining myself, Ryan Sipple, for this one, where Dudley currently 2 goals up against Nottingham Forest. I hadn't mentioned it already. Our officials for this one: Paul Yates in the centre. Our assistants on the left and right: Mark Kerrison and Millie Bean. So a very experienced set of officials overseeing the action here. As Amy Lou Julian takes down to Cian Collins. No real direction or accuracy on that pass. So Gary Meakin blocks. Not once but twice. Flicked by Amy Lee Julian. Couldn't quite get the purchase once again, but Lee Julian does, and Gorda attempts an effort at goal, and he finds the gap once again. Really unfortunate for the Nottingham Forest goalkeeper. Just didn't anticipate that ball, and Jack Gorda scores Dudley's 3rd. Putting him on to 13 goals across the season. You can see what it means to him. Massive smile on the face of the Dudley number 11. Slightly rash from Laura Evans there, trying to meet that rotated spin kick, and now on for his hat-trick. Jack Gorda fires wide of the left-hand post. They want complacency to set into their game. Laura Evans just having a conversation with her coach Dave Lewis. Millington down to Gary Meakin, over to Finley Cooper, who's had little to no involvement, can't quite keep it in play. Substitute, first of the game. See Jack Gorda come off. No doubt he'll see more game time across this game in order for him to potentially score his hat-trick. Noah Harvey also on. In place of Cian Collins. Should have confirmation of both of them substitutes. It's the first time I've ever watched and or commentated on Noah Harvey, so interested to see what he's able to do. Finds the return past Amy Lee Julian. Finley Cooper now trying to relieve the pressure. Contact from Amy Lee Julian just nicks the back of Finley Cooper's chair, so direct free kick will resume play. Lee Julian down to Jack Westmoreland. Meakin, good pass out to Finley Cooper. Had he been advanced just 2 or 3 foot more, would have been better placed to receive that, but too much power from Gary Meakin. These two last met in game week 1. This kick-started both of their seasons. West Bromwich Albion Dudley secured a 7-0 victory back in September. Jack Gordon got 2 in that one as well. Laura Evans, Amy Lee Julian and Jack Westmoreland all on the score sheet, so no doubt they'll be wanting to put their name to this fixture as well with a goal. Amy Lee Julian with no options on that right hand wing, fires an effort wide. Jack Westmoreland now retakes his position on the right, certainly as you're viewing it. The left of West Bromwich Albion Dudley picks off into the side of Luke Millington. 2-on-1 in favour of Dudley. Referee looking at Gary Meakin. I don't think he vacated the space quick enough. He will now come off, substitute for Forest. Ben Rogers replaces Gary Meakin. Into Luke Millington. Amy Lee Julian just seems relentless. Such a tough task in bypassing her as Jack Westmoreland fires a ball across the box. Really nice accuracy. Noah Harvey a little too advanced to receive it, and unselfishly returns the favour to Amy Lee Julian as opposed to attempting an effort at goal himself. I think that's one thing I've acknowledged from watching this Dudley team. They're not selfish, they'll work for each other. They don't often force efforts at goal. No doubt you have to give credit to their coaches, Matt Gilbert and Dave Lewis, who I think that's drilled into them for the team in which they play. West Bromwich Albion in the Premiership, currently leading the standings, looking to dethrone Aspire, but so much experience and quality on the touchline. No doubt it's imparted on the players. It's one thing that Chris Gordon teaches and coaches is never to force it. Take your time, and the opening, assuming you have the accuracy and the timing, the openings will present themselves. Harvey, nice pass over to Westmoreland, sorry. Contact foul, excessive force from Luke Millington. There's been a few in this game. Wouldn't surprise me if Paul Yates starts to warn players before potential yellow cards are awarded. Direct free kick taken by Amy Lee Julian into the box, over to Jack Westmoreland. Couldn't quite get the purchase. Well closed down by Jack Bosson-Quet. Over to Noah Harvey, into the box. Westmoreland attempts an effort at goal. He's going to try and get the ricochet. Really good defending from Nottingham Forest. Clear the danger. Ben Rogers for his first involvement. Over to Jack Westmoreland, to Noah Harvey. Really nice quick play, and the gap is found. That's an absolutely brilliant goal. Full credit to Noah Harvey and Jack Westmoreland. They were picking their passes on the edge of the Nottingham Forest box. And after 16 minutes, they score their fourth. Jack Westmoreland, the goal scorer. Noah Harvey with the assist. I said I'd never watch Noah Harvey play. I'm impressed with what I've seen in the short time in which he's been on. Not resting on their laurels at all. They're looking for that fifth goal. Westmoreland, no one really there to receive the pass, and had it been for Ben Rogers' miss hit, Noah Harvey nearly had an option to keep that attack live. I think the deadlock is yet to be broken on court A, 0-0 between Teesside Steel and Manchester City. Over to Noah Harvey, guides it goal bound, ricochets between himself and Luke Millington, out for a goal kick. Harvey, beautiful pick off to Westmoreland, and once again that combination between Noah Harvey and Jack Westmoreland proving a real thorn in the side of Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest 0, West Bromwich Albion Dudley 5. Jack Westmoreland and Jack Gorder both on for their hat-tricks, with plenty of football left to be played. Fired down the court, Westmoreland couldn't quite get the connection. Fantastic pass from Amy Lee Julian nonetheless. She's going to try and cushion this down to Noah Harvey. Good pick off back to Lee Julian. I think Westmoreland would have been the better option there for Amy Lee Julian. It was clever for her to try and find Noah Harvey once again, but Westmoreland was in so much space on that right. I don't want to force it too much, but they've got that 5-goal buffer now, so they can be a little bit more experimental with their passages of play. Really valuable game time for Noah Harvey and Jack Westmoreland. It must be so encouraging for Dave Lewis and Matt Gilbert to know that if they take players of quality off, such as Jack Gorder and Cian Collins, they can be replaced with equal quality in that of Noah Harvey and Jack Westmoreland. As Amy Lee Julian switches the play to Noah Harvey. Can he get his opening goal? He can! Noah Harvey on the score sheet, no less than he deserves. He's creator turned goal scorer now. And this really is an impressive performance from West Bromwich Albion Dudley. Had the regulation 20, 6 goals to their name in that first half. Be really interesting to see if they just switch it up in the second. Can or will we see Laura Evans come out of goal? Amy Lee Julian potentially take a position out wide, and that is the hat-trick for Jack Westmoreland. Running out of superlatives for this team. Westmoreland on the score sheet once again. Nottingham Forest 0, West Bromwich Albion Dudley 7, Westmoreland with 3, Jack Gorder with 2, Cian Collins and Noah Harvey both with a goal apiece. So they've matched their win against Nottingham Forest back in September, and they still have 20 minutes left to be played. Immediately taken by Luke Millington, and that will be half time. Brilliant, emphatic stuff from Dudley. Thank you to all that are joining me for this fixture. Let's just look at the live league table so you can see how this result and the result between between Teesside Steel and Manchester City influences the wider table. Dudley with a far more favourable goal difference than that of Leeds Dynamos and Villa Rockets will go on to 33 points and into third, but they have played 2 games more than Leeds Dynamos and a game more than Villa Rockets Lions, so keep an eye on that one across game week 5, because that race for the third, assuming that Middlesbrough can pick up enough points to secure automatic promotion, could go down to the wire. But thank you to all that are joining me. I'll be back very shortly for the second half. Hello everyone and welcome back to this game between Nottingham Forest and West Bromwich Albion. Dudley, currently 7 goals for Dudley in that first half, and as suspected, I did question whether Matt Gilbert and Dave Lewis would look to change it up with such a healthy buffer on their side, and it looks like they've done just that. It looks like Jack Westmoreland now will adorn the blue goalkeeper jersey. Laura Evans will be playing out wide, or whether she starts in the second. It looks like she's going to take a position on the bench, but she definitely has a outfield kit on. So it'll be Jack Westmoreland in goal. Cian Collins back in the action. Likewise from Nottingham Forest, it looks like Ben Rogers now will be the designated goalkeeper. Luke Millington in the centre. Riley Priestley has entered the action, having not featured in that first half. Finley Cooper on the right hand wing for Nottingham Forest. The left is your view in it. So Ben Rogers, Luke Millington, Riley Priestley, Finley Cooper for Nottingham Forest, Jack Westmoreland, Amy Lee Julian, Noah Harvey and Cian Collins for Dudley. Jack Gorder with 2 goals to his name, Jack Westmoreland with 3, Noah Harvey and Cian Collins both with a goal apiece. They start the second half as the attacking wide players for Dudley no doubt will be itching to get on the score sheet or extend their current tallies on the score sheet. Noah Harvey now back to Cian Collins. Interesting decision. I think he was probably trying to angle his chair to force an effort at goal, but the danger still present. Amy Lee Julian pulling the strings as she did across that first 20-minute half. Cian Collins, Luke Millington with a very busy job on his hands. Riley Priestley with his first involvement is to try and restrict Amy Lee Julian and her influence. Thank you to everyone tuning in. I know these two teams particularly have very strong followings. People tuning in both in Nottingham, West Brom and further afield. Lee Julian over to Riley Priestley. Good pass back to Finley Cooper. I think it took just blocked my vision, but from my perspective it looked like it took a slight touch off Amy Lee Julian, but according to the officials it didn't. So Dudley come away with the ball, and Cian Collins going to put pressure on Ben Rogers. Over to Noah Harvey, over to Riley Priestley. Goes as far as Amy Lee Julian, who tempts an effort, really nice guided effort to the right hand side of the post. No doubt you've got a good view of that due to the angle and placements of our cameras, but blocked by Ben Rogers. Over to Riley Priestley. It's Finley Cooper. Noah Harvey. See from that graphic, Jack Gorder leads the goal scorer standings for Dudley. Westmoreland now on 9 with the 3 he scored in this game, so he scored a third of his goals in this game alone. Cian Collins on 7. Corner kick for Dudley. Amy Lee Julian to take. Noah Harvey at the back post. Keane Collins in the box. Over to Noah Harvey, couldn't quite get the connection. Over to Lee Julian. Luke Millington desperately trying to clear. But certainly compared to the first half, they look a little bit more defensively sound. Good decision for them to adjust, and curse of the commentator. Just as I said, they were just settling, and Ben Rogers was starting to establish that connection with Luke Millington. Noah Harvey registers his second of the game. West Bromwich Albion Dudley's 8th. Been really impressed with what I've seen from Noah Harvey, as mentioned a few times in that first half, and an opportunity for Riley Priestley. Unfortunately, rolls out of play. Good awareness from Amy Lee Julian there to just reverse it out the path of Riley Priestley. Over to Keane Collins. Beautiful pass to Noah Harvey. Can he get his hat-trick? It's closed down by Riley Priestley. He's met by Ben Rogers, trying to flick it back to Amy Lee Julian. Into the box, locked between Millington and Ben Rogers. Paul Yates closely observing to ensure there's constant movement of the ball. Otherwise, a set ball will be contested between the two teams. And a beautiful pass out to Keane Collins, just wide of the left-hand post. Just a real feel-good feel around West Bromwich Albion Dudley. All the players, the supporters, the coaches, all so supportive of one another. Roars of jubilation and cheering when each of their players scores. Great to hear. I think the roof will be raised if Noah Harvey manages to score his hat-trick to join his teammate Jack Westmoreland. Cooper. Cleared by Lee Julian as far as Luke Millington. Over to Noah Harvey, back to Lee Julian. You can see confirmation of the score on court A as Keane Collins ricochets over the line. It was definitely on target, so Keane Collins will be the goal scorer. And now Keane Collins alongside Noah Harvey are on for their hat-trick. Which one of them can get their hat-trick first, I wonder. Still got Jack Gorder and Laura Evans itching to come back on. Laura Evans now not wearing the designated goalkeeper jersey, so she will take one of the 3 positions outfield. If I'm Dave Lewis or Matt Gilbert, I've got to give Amy Lou Julian a rest. She's been so brilliant. Maybe give another one of their players that opportunity to test themselves in the middle. With a 9-goal buffer, it's almost certain that 3 points are in the bag. So now is the time to experiment. Riley Priestley into the centre, just bypasses Finley Cooper. Over to Keane Collins. Paul Yates just stops proceedings. 2-on-1 in favour of Nottingham Forest. He just draws Jack Westmoreland out to explain that he came out of his box. So, indirect Riley Priestley has Finley Cooper to aim at. Goes for Luke Millington on the side. Trapped between Millington and Lee Julian, the two central players of Forest and Dudley respectively. Now to Noah Harvey. Can he get a substitute? Cian Collins comes off, as does Amy Lee Julian. So it looks like Jack Gorda will take position in the centre. Really nice. I suspected they would potentially opt to rest Amy Lee Julian and test someone else in the centre. A shame for Cian Collins, who comes off on 2 goals and on red hot form as well, so could have very easily got his hat-trick. Still 10.5 minutes to be played, so there's time for him to re-enter the action, secure that hat-trick. Noah Harvey still present, but Cian Collins has come off as well. Laura Evans now on the left-hand wing. Can she add her goal? Has an attempt over to Noah Harvey, back to Laura Evans, and that's that unselfishness I was talking about. And a brilliant goal. Noah Harvey, I think he has 3 or 4 assists to his name. But just as I was talking about the potential of Laura Evans getting on the score sheet, she does just that. Forest 0, West Bromwich Albion, Dudley 10. This really is one of the most emphatic one-sided performances I've seen all season. It's no less than they deserve. Nice clearance from Ben Rogers there, but Jack Gorda, operation in the centre, something that I've never seen him do before. Does well to keep the attack live. Gorda over to the recent goal scorer Laura Evans. Relentless pressure. I'd love to see Noah Harvey get his hat-trick. Cleared brilliantly by Ben Rogers. Gorda into the box, over to Noah Harvey. Great clearance by Rogers once again. I think certainly considering how good he's been in this second half, despite the relentless pressure in which he is faced, he's a real good option for Nottingham Forest to utilise in goal. I wonder if they'll select him for their follow-up games in game week 5. Gorda to take. No real present options. Laura Evans the closest, but it goes into the side of Finley Cooper's chair. 2-on-1 surely in favour of Forest. Thankfully for Jack Gorda, it was 5 metres, was not observed by Finley Cooper, so the kick in will be retaken by the Dudley number 11. Down to Evans. Goes by Millington, over to Noah Harvey. Tries to recycle the attack. Can't quite generate the power. Has to vacate that space quickly, which he does so. Just as I was commentating a minute ago, or trying to bring you the result or the current score on Court A, Dudley registered one of their goals, but I can confirm it's Teesside Steel 2, Manchester City 0. Millington has an attempt at goal, and Jack Westmoreland adjusts brilliantly just in time, but The referee had blown his whistle just before that. There was slight confusion in the Lee Westwood Sports Centre. I don't think it was necessarily clear because the whistle had blown on court A as well. Indirect free kick will resume play here on court B. Jack Westmoreland assumed that the ball was live, brilliantly readjusted to prevent Forest from scoring. Not that it would have counted, but just that mentality to never switch off was there. Jack Gorder, Westmoreland. It's a good attacking presence from Nottingham Forest, committing a lot of players forward, which they'll need to be careful of. Jack Westmoreland is able to break past Luke Millington, which he does, and goalkeeper turned attacker. Jack Gorder just takes the position as the most defensive of the 4 Dudley players. Westmoreland over to Noah Harvey. Can he score his hat-trick? Doesn't quite have the power to threaten Ben Rogers at the first time of asking, but the danger still live. 5.5 minutes to be played. Forest 0, Dudley 10. Over to Westmoreland. It's a very fluid system. As you're seeing, Jack Westmoreland, the designated goalkeeper, play on the left, too close from Jack Gordon. Jack Westmoreland there. Advantage initially played from Paul Yates as the danger's still there, but brought back eventually, sensibly so, by Paul Yates. Slight miscommunication. That's where that fluidity of system needs to, they need to be aware, because if the players are picking up different positions and filling the voids left and vacated by teammates, they need to be aware. Over. Just taken a little bit too quickly, I think. So, indirect free kick. Luke Millington to take. Over to Riley Priestley. Blocked by Laura Evans. Really quickly pressured by Jack Westmoreland. Substitute for Forest. Riley Priestley leaves the action. Gary Meakin back on in his place. Shame that Aston Walls isn't present, or doesn't look like he'll be present for Nottingham Forest this weekend. It was absolutely brilliant for Forest in game week 4, securing the unsung hero of the weekend. Hope that he is okay and can be back playing as soon as possible, because he's a real asset to this Forest side. But you've got to put it into context. This is a Forest team in transition, a lot of new players, a lot of young players. So long as they can secure their status as a championship team for the 24-25 season, I can assure you there will be improvements. Really like the stability that Luke Millington has given this side in the centre. And they are against one of the most potent attacks in the championship. So they've just got to extrapolate the positives and build on it in the off-season ahead of the 24-25 campaign. Considering this is game week 5 of the championship already, it will hopefully fly by the months leading up to next season. Laura Evans. Noah Harvey in the centre. Just off the front of Harvey's chair. 2 minutes remaining. Gary Meakin. They've just really struggled to break the press. Gorda just wide of the goal. Ben Rogers once again doing a good job. Jack Gorda another on for his hat-trick, as is Noah Harvey. Got a minute left if they're to secure it. Westmoreland to Harvey, across the box to Jack Gorda, has the attempt at goal. Luke Millington clears. Follow-up effort from Westmoreland, just wide of the post. Final 30 seconds. I'd be very hard pushed to find or name a player of the match. So many have been so influential, but I do have to say, if I was needed to name a single player, I have to say what I've seen in Noah Harvey gives enough for me to name him as the standout. But Jack Westmoreland with his hat-trick, Jack Gorda with 2, Amy Lee Julian is so influential despite not getting on the score sheet. So yeah, Noah Harvey would be my pick. First time I've watched him. Whistle in the mouth of Paul Yates. A last action surely. And that it absolutely is. Huge congratulations to West Bromwich Albion Dudley. It finishes Forest 0, Dudley 10. Jack Gorda opened the scoring before Collins doubled Dudley's advantage. Gorda got his 3rd before Jack Westmoreland 2 in the first half. Noah Harvey got Dudley's 6th before Westmoreland secured his hat-trick, making it 7. Harvey got his 2nd and Dudley's 8th for Kean Collins in the second half, made it 9. And then following her introduction, Laura Evans capped off an almost perfect performance. 10-0 it finished. Let's just have a look at the league table very quickly before I let you go. Dudley, of their 19 games, now on double digits for wins. The second best for goals scored in the division, 46, conceded only 18, so plus 28. So they match Middlesbrough's goal difference. They'll be hoping Leeds Dynamos and Villa Rockets Lions drop points in their following games of game week 5 to hopefully secure themselves that 3rd place player. But thank you to all that have joined me. I'll be back very shortly for follow-up games in game week 5 of the 23-24 PTC Therapeutics Championship.